Hi, I'm Abby. I have a lot of records. Doesn't feel like words anymore. Oh, Christ. Hi, I'm Abby. I have a lot of records, and this is Vinyl Monday. So welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is the series where once a week I just sit down and talk about music that I love. Before I dig into this week's episode, I have to make an announcement about what Vinyl Monday is gonna look like going forward. So we are on the last 5 episodes of season 1 of Instagram Vinyl Monday. I ran this series just on my Instagram for a long time before bringing it to YouTube. And to round out these last few episodes, I actually have a 3-part series coming up. There will be a hint to the theme at the very end of the video. You're just gonna have to stick around for what it is. And then we have the big one. I started writing the big one back in June, and still none of you have managed to guess what it is. It's hiding in plain sight, I promise you. You just haven't figured it out yet. But for this week's episode, we will be talking about Damn the Torpedoes by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Alright, so let's take this out of the plastic. And my copy is an original. This was actually a Christmas gift to me way back when I first started collecting records, which would have been about 5 years ago. And I'm just now really listening to it and getting to talk about it. Thank you so much for this album, Ken, and I'm sorry it took me so long to listen to it. Oh, it is getting hot in here fast. I already regret this. So the front cover photography was done by Glenn Christensen, and then on the back we have photography by Dennis Callahan. When you look on the inside, the insert photography was done by Aaron Rappaport and Lynn Goldsmith, and the design of this record is really nice. I'm kind of all about the really bold red on the front and the back cover, and the insert photography is just as nice. At a first glance, I wouldn't have guessed that all of this was done by 4 different photographers. Everybody's work looks really nice together. As for personnel on this record, of course you have Tom Petty on lead vocals and guitar, then Mike Campbell on guitar and keys, Benmont on piano and organ, Ron Blair on bass, and Stan Lynch on drums. So, recording Damn the Torpedoes was so stressful that Stan Lynch quit the band not once, but twice. Why was it so stressful? Do not worry, we will get into that. Notable guests on this record include Donald Dunn of Booker T and the MGs. He plays the bass on You Tell Me. And production was done by Jimmy Iovine and Tom Petty. Well, now we can get into the recording/production process of Damn the Torpedoes, or rather, the drama. The absolute clusterfuck surrounding the making of Damn the Torpedoes. Thank you to my sister in music writing, McKenna, for posting a TikTok all about this situation. You guys, McKenna is great. She's a lot smarter than me. She's a lot better of a music writer than me. And she's got a great interview with the band Classless Act over on her YouTube, which I am going to be linking in the description. And now, the Tom Petty versus MCA saga. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers started out signed to, I almost said Clusterfuck Records, Shelter Records. They started out signed to Shelter Records, and it wasn't a great deal. When the band signed to Shelter Records, Tom also signed over all of the rights to his songs. So even though songs like American Girl were doing really, really well, the band wasn't actually seeing any of that success, because what do labels like? That's right, money! So to gain some kind of leverage over Shelter, Tom Petty makes a deal with their distributor, ABC Records. And I'm gonna make a quick addition into this story just to clarify the difference between a record label and a record distributor. They're not the same thing. So the label signs the group and they deal with recording the music and marketing the music. The distributor makes the deal with retail stores to actually sell the records that the label makes. So a lot of labels nowadays just do both jobs, but in the 70s, the record label and the distributor were separate entities who worked together. So Tom's deal stated that after the Heartbreakers put out their 4th record under Shelter and ABC, half the rights to Tom's songs would be given back to him. This still isn't great, but half is a lot better than none. So it's 1979 now, and whoops, ABC has just been sold to MCA. And this violated Tom's agreement. How so? Because his contract also stated that if Shelter Records and ABC were ever to break their working relationship, for example, if ABC was sold, then Tom would be notified first and helped in the process to pick a new distributor. So in response to ABC going over Tom's head, he gets pissed and just refuses to move his band to MCA. MCA got pissed and tried to take Tom to court, claiming that he had violated his contract, when in reality, they were in violation of his terms, and the situation was finally settled when Tom signed to Backstreet Records, which was a subsidiary of MCA, not as closely affiliated with the bigwigs at MCA trying to boss Tom around. So, in the end, he did move to MCA, but also not really. Considering all that mess, yeah, wow, no wonder Stan quit twice. Through all of this, Damn the Torpedoes was being recorded at Sound City Studios and Cherokee Studios. Whew. And that's what you missed on Glee. And the track listing goes as follows. On side 1, you have Refugee, followed by Here Comes My Girl. Then you have Even the Losers, Shadow of a Doubt, and side 1 ends with Century City. Side 2 opens with Don't Do Me Like That, followed by You Tell Me, What Are You Doing in My Life? And the record ends with Louisiana Rain. So Damn the Torpedoes was finally released in October of 1979, and despite all of the muck surrounding its release, it turned out pretty well for the guys. It was their first record to break the top 10, slowly rising to peak here at number 2 in the US. The only reason it didn't get to number 1 was because what just so happened to be released the week of Damn the Torpedoes' would-be number 1 position? Oh, the Horseman Sing About Dead Dad album. My God, it's Roger Waters all the way down. So that's backwards. So going into Damn the Torpedoes, I knew like nothing about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I knew them mostly from duets with Stevie Nicks, my personal favorite being Insider, as well as the stuff I've heard on classic rock radio. This is the single for I Won't Back Down. However, I have quite a few friends who are huge Tom Petty fans, so I figured, why not get into this album? Okay, I was guilty of overlooking Tom Petty. Guilty as charged. I adore the Dylan-esque appeal of Tom Petty's voice. He sounds like a more palatable Bob Dylan, especially on Refugee. It's no wonder those guys were in a group together, really. When I hear a record with an opener as strong as Refugee, I get worried, and that is because it's really rare that an album can keep that momentum going through the rest of the track listing. Either there's a really strong beginning, a weird middle, and a great ending, or there's a strong beginning and a really strong middle part, but the ending is bad. It's rare that it's good all the way through. And I was not sold on this album until Even the Losers and Shadow of a Doubt. Those two really took me by surprise. Shadow of a Doubt has been stuck in my head for days now. I actually put it on right before I started filming this. She don't like working. She said she hates her boss. Yeah, Shadow of a Doubt, certified banger. The guitar solos on You Tell Me and What Are You Doing in My Life rule. There's clear influences going on from both Southern rock and old school rock and roll. There's something to be said for an artist that can take pretty standard influences, that can take those, polish them up, and still make them interesting to listen to. Like, yeah, all the Southern rock guys are gonna do some Chuck Berry inspired groove. Or 2. Or 5. But it's exciting when somebody taps into an influence so universal and their song is still exciting. And that is why What Are You Doing in My Life is so good. I think what sets the Heartbreakers apart from the other pop rock stuff going on at this time is their backing vocals. It might seem insignificant, but backing vocals can make or break a track. But the stuff happening on Damn the Torpedoes is a perfect balance. The backing vocals are not too much and not too little. They really complement what's going on with the guitar playing and with Tom Petty's voice. And the production is really pretty. I do tend to lean more towards grittier sounding stuff, but Jimmy Iovine was a fantastic addition on Damn the Torpedoes. I feel like he took what the Heartbreakers already had going for them and helped them reach the summit of their potential. There are some awkward transitions between songs, but hey, they keep things fresh, they keep it interesting, and they keep things from getting monotonous. The best instance is on the closing track, Louisiana Rain. That one is a much needed change of pace. I found myself wishing Louisiana Rain was longer, but then I looked at the track listing and realized, okay, wow, this is a 6-minute long song. It doesn't feel that way at all. And the goofy intros and outros remind me of scanning through radio stations to find a song to listen to. Damn the Torpedoes is anthemic the whole way through. I really think any one of these songs could have worked as the single for this record. And considering the legal debacle surrounding the making of this album, I think having the title inspired by the quote, "Damn the Torpedoes, Full Speed Ahead," was a perfect choice. This was an easy listen for me. I did 2 tough albums in a row, and I'm gonna have a mini-series next, which is also going to be tough, relating 3 albums to each other thematically. So it was nice to have something to listen to without twisting my brain around too hard. But, you know, at the same time, there's something interesting going on musically. I don't like to shut my brain off all the way, and with Damn the Torpedoes, my brain wasn't shut off. It was just, I don't know, my brain hopped in a car and sped off on a highway, blasting Here Comes My Girl. So my personal favorites on this record were Refugee, Shadow of a Doubt, Don't Do Me Like That, What Are You Doing in My Life, and Louisiana Rain. And that is it. That is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Damn the Torpedoes. What do you think of this record? You should leave a comment below letting me know. I love hearing what you guys have to say about the music that I love. And if you like what I do here, you should like this video and subscribe to my channel. I post Vinyl Monday every Monday morning at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!